Greetings, everyone. Hope you are doing fine. This is our founders meeting, of course, with Admin Scott. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of September, 2024. Guys, we are so delighted meeting here to get some of the update. Of course, last week was a little bit hectic. The admin was busy. Of course, he's human. Sometimes he needs to take care of stuffs. So we are meeting again today, guys, to discuss some of the updates, some of the happenings in our community. You want to stay muted so that the admin will give us some vital information that is that we shall use to educate more of the people that we are training. And as far as update is concerned, greetings to you, admin. I hope you are doing fine right now. All right, you're still muted.
I am. Thank you, Mbe. Sorry about that. I had to find the mute button. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our founders meeting for September 11th, 2024. I apologize for our meeting last week. Again, I was unavailable at the actual time for the meeting. But when I recorded, I had already started. I was about 15 minutes in, and then I made a mistake in something that I was saying, and I'm like, oh, I better re-record this. And when I did, I didn't have the screen share going on. So I apologize for that. You'll be able to see the screen this time because I have someone to keep me in check. Anyway, let's go and let's get into that. So we're going to have Augustine is going to have something to speak today about a blog that we posted yesterday. Was a recording that he had done regarding SBFC and the use of USDT. I'm going to clarify that a little bit, and of course he'll clarify his position on that as well. So we want SBCG to be very strong, and as you know, accepting SBCG for your SBCBO payments it's been very successful. There's been a lot of payments that have been made. We've been keeping pace with accounts that are going inactive or expiring. So members that are expiring are getting active. However, we're not really growing in our the intention for allowing SBC Gold for our payment system was to start to see growth in the community, and that's not happening. So maybe everyone here misunderstood the assignment. We will reiterate that assignment and go forward from there. So without further ado, let me share my screen and get into the typical details of the day. All right, our membership is at 5,410. 1 week ago today, it was at 5,400. And even while I was recording, it went down to 5,399. So we're not really growing, as I said before. The intention of accepting SBC Gold is to allow those who are holders of SBC Gold to make payments for other accounts and get our membership up to where we need to be. So we've got a mission here. The assignment specifically is to we've got a lot of SBC Gold holders that are not active. We have a lot of SBFC holders, quite a considerable amount of SBFC holders that are not active, and we need to get the word and get the message out to them that they're going to want to be active, because in just 4 days we are going to create a whole new SBFC and redistribute it according to how it was distributed previously. So again, those are details we're going to get to. So going through our dashboard, we see that our price for SBC Gold has bounced down a little bit to just a little under 4 cents. That is, of course, nothing to be afraid of. That is expected. As you know, receiving SBC Gold is that goes into our admin wallet, and we pay out your bounty in SBC Gold. As that accumulates, the admin wallet does in fact need to sell SBC Gold into USDT or into Ethereum, or whatever it is that is required for us to pay the bills. The lights need to keep on. This project needs to keep moving forward. And I've been extremely and I tell you this to be, as clear and honest as possible. I've been extremely conservative in making the swaps from the admin wallet. It may not seem, with the price dropping, a few cents, or not a few cents, but a few tenths of a cent here and there, but that is actually it's really a small drop. But our intention is to keep the price strong, and I've been trying to do that all along. So Augustin's video and blog, which he'll go into in detail a little bit later here, our intention is to try and receive as much USDT as possible. If you have USDT, there's two things that you can do. If you want to help the price out, buy SBC Gold. If you want to still help the price out by not having admin have to swap SBC Gold, pay with USDT. There's two ways that you can help, and in both ways you can accommodate whatever it is that you desire. So going forward, let's scroll down. I wanted to go through the chart. Now this is a 1-minute chart, but let's go to the 12-hour chart. And as you can see, this chart is it's pretty healthy, I think. Honestly, the price is going down during our swaps. They're going to go down, but they're going to bounce back up as we've seen happen in the past. And my place is to make sure that we don't lose more than 3% in any 24-hour period. So it says it's down 4.93% in 24 hours, but that's in the last 24 hours. In our cycle, our goal is for that to be less than 3%. Going to a couple of developments. So we have temporarily suspended accepting SBC Gold for yesterday and today. And the reason for that is because we are testing the USDT exchange system. So if you go to USDT exchange, I forget where he put it. Maybe he put it up in, he put it in transaction history, sorry. So in transaction history, what we're doing, this is just a test. This is not live. So you're encouraged to play around with it, but we are collecting data on how the swap mechanisms are going to work. So if you are looking to do any swaps, your CO wallet is where the SBC Gold is. You need to have BNB in your SBC Gold wallet. Otherwise, there will be no swap. It cannot do that. And then when you do select your destination wallet, this is your registered pay-in wallet. This is not your bounty wallet. So if you have registered paid-in wallets that are incorrect or something of that nature, you can go and you can have, we should actually give you the ability to delete those. I'll talk to the development team about that. But we've got a lot of people that say, oh, well, I don't have that wallet address anymore, or it's been hacked. Okay, well, one of these pay-in addresses you can select. You don't have to panic. You don't have to be worried about it. Just don't select that wallet. If you no longer have control of that wallet, don't select it. Put in a ticket to support, and support will remove that wallet for you. So if I'm going to do a little SBCG, I'm going to say I want to sell 100 SBCG for USDT. Hit process request, and it'll put it into this block down below, and it'll create a transaction. Now we are not actually doing any swaps, and we took the system offline to make sure that there's no ins and outs affecting or changing how we're doing this test. So this test is going to run for another 24 hours. By this time tomorrow, we'll be accepting SBC Gold once more, with the caveat that initially the bounty is going to be paid in SBC Gold. That's going to go right to your custodial wallet. But the admin portion of the SBC Gold that's going to come in is going to get swapped in real time. So that is going to continue to happen. The best way to protect the price is for our members to continue purchasing SBC Gold externally. And remember, if you have external SBC Gold and you don't have any in your custodial wallet, right now, the only way to make your SBC BO payment is through the custodial wallet. You'll need to send that. So we've got both the pay with USDT and pay with USDT or SBC Gold. Right now, if you see in here, it shows, let's say I'm going to pay for my account. And it's going to, it's just basically redirecting me back to the USDT side. So again, tomorrow we're going to turn this back on, and you'll be able to make your SBC Gold, you'll be able to make your KCBO payment, or SBC BO payments. I apologize for my mispronouncing all the acronyms. We have a lot of acronyms, and it gets kind of jumbled in my head. I apologize for that, but no worries. SBC BO payment you can make with SBC Gold. Okay. So what we have found in our testing in the last 24 hours so far, and again, this is back up to transaction history in the testing process. What we found is that many of our members who previously invested in SBC Gold or have SBC Gold as a gift, or members who have SBC Gold as a swap that they've done recently, or even in bounty. Most of our members are still not educated on what SBC Gold is all about, and that's what Augustine's video is entailing. It's supposed to be a investment coin. It's supposed to be a holding coin. We make you hold on to it. We make the funds mature over the course of 3 to 6 months, specifically because we want to show you that during those processes, your investment can grow. Panic selling, a lot of people choose to, let's go back to the dashboard. A lot of people choose to, people who are, and I use this term, I use this term in a friendly term, but when people see these red candles, they see like this big trough, and it really is like, oh my gosh, that's so large, that's so big. It really isn't. In the course of sense, it's very small, and we don't want to have a panic mode where everyone says, oh, we're going to sell, we're going to sell, we're going to sell, and then SBC Gold has no value and no worth. And that's what happened with K-Love, and that's what happened with Joy G at one point in time. So we're managing and we're mitigating our price, and we're doing that through our wonderful document here. The quick information sheet, basically the white paper for SBC Gold. All right, so moving on, I want to go to our blog. So I wanted to talk about SBFC and what we're planning to do. To be very clear, many of our members received SBFC. It was originally designed as our agent coin. Well, actually, what it was designed for was to replace Joy G. The previous admin had control over Joy G and the majority of that, and the limited amount of Joy G that we actually had under our control was small. So we decided to create SBFC. We created a one-for-one split, essentially, of Joy G into SBFC. So what that did was we decided we were going to give it a price, and that price was going to be based on our membership. At the time that the Joy G split, I think that we were somewhere around $21 or $24 or something, so 25. And then we decided to make it performance based on our community. So we were below 5,000 members when we split Joy G into SBFC. And from splitting Joy G into SBFC, we locked that in, again, performance based, so based on the membership. So when we hit 5,000 members and we maintain 5,000 members, the price of SBFC became $30. Now, in order to make that realistic, in order to make that actually work in the real world, considering all the SBFC that has already been distributed, so there's been SBFC that was given away as donations. So if you made a donation of $10 in USDT, what we would do is we would issue $10, $1 a piece to 10 of your different agents. And then from there, you would receive $10 in SBFC, and then you would also receive another $10 in SBFC as a bonus incentive. So by doing that, we put a lot of SBFC out there, and we need to find a way to make that functional. We need to find a way to make that work. A lot of our members received SBFC as a compensation to the Share Bounty program. As you know, the Share Bounty program launched in November of last year, and it went for about 6 months. And during the process, we had over 7,000 members in the SBC Shared program, but it quickly started tapering off when the gains were not realized by a lot of our members. So we still have a significant amount of members that are inactive, members that are older members in our community that are more than welcome to definitely come back. But those members hold SBFC, and at a price of $30 per coin, they hold a considerable amount of SBFC. So I've gone through and I've done some statistics. There's 5,871 members who were issued SBFC from the admin wallet. 1,793 of those are active, and 4,078 of them are inactive. And more than 3K actually have more than 2.0 SBFC in their wallet. So there's a considerable amount of SBFC out there. And what we're trying to do with SBFC is repeat the success of SBC Gold. So if you're an SBFC holder, you're going to want to get active quickly. So by September 15th, we're going to create SBFC 2. It may not actually be SBFC 2.2, but we're going to do what we can to create it in that particular manner. That's just a placeholder for right now. So SBFC.2. What's going to happen there is that every member who holds, who had SBFC sent to them as a part of the admin wallet, we're going to tally all that up again, and then we're going to, in one transaction, send that to your custodial wallet. So there is if you go under rewards and you go under SBC balances, and I'm sorry, not that one. There's a new rewards page or a new page. So in here, we've got quite a bit of information. This is basically the TBC page, but modified. So if you're a former TBC holder, we matched your TBC 4 times and then gave you an SBC value of that. So if you're an active member, and we're looking for active members to be paid with USDT or SBC Gold. If you're paid with an admin credit or a June bounty from a year ago, those don't count. They just keep your account active. They're not. If you want to be an active member, you need to have an active payment, and those are USDT or SBC Gold payments. And if you've done so, we will send in one transaction to your SBC wallet the match of that amount. If you have any previous SBC rewards that you've earned, those have all been sent already. If there's a remedy that you need to have, that will also be sent. So we send the larger of the two. If your remedy is larger than the TBC balance, then that's because the remedy includes your TBC balance. If your TBC balance is larger than your remedy balance, then you'll get the TBC one. So in this particular case, I had 6,200 TBC. 2480 was matched, so that's 4 times. 24,800, sorry. And then the SBC to deposited is 174,647. So that has already been done. That was completed. So that says my remedy status is completed. There are 3 statuses. Status 1 is not applicable. That means that you're not paid, so it's just not going to happen. Status 2 is completed. And then another one is, I forget the other status. Somebody might be able to remind me, but it's not completed or completed, and then not applicable. So if you are an active member, paid with USDT or SBC Gold, this status will change from not applicable to not completed. And then if you are a member who, at the end of the month, you'll receive your remedy, that will change to a completed status when we're done with it. Moving on to the next section, SBFC. So if you are an SBFC holder, if you've received any SBFC for any of the reasons listed above, you were a donor, you were an agent, or you were given it as a compensation for the shared bounty program, and a lot of members did receive quite a bit in the shared bounty program. So keep that in mind. Even if you were not eligible to receive, every single member who participated in the shared bounty program received at least one SBFC for each month that they participated. So you want to keep that in mind. There's quite a bit still out there. So on the 15th, we will tally up the amount of SBFC that the admin wallet sent to you, to your particular account. It won't matter what your address was at the time. It's going to go to your custodial wallet. So once you're active in the account, any SBFC that you are owed in SBFC.2 will be deposited to your account. And when it does that, it'll say that it's completed. On the 21st, we're going to start the funding campaign. And going back to our blog, we're going to start the funding campaign. Oh, well, there's the blog. I had my tabs open and I'm back to the launch. So the plan here is on the 15th, we'll distribute, and then on the 21st, we're going to begin a funding campaign. Admin is going to start the SBFC funding pool, and then we're going to start growing that pool up to 35,000. When we reach 35,000, that is when we are going to activate SBC Gold, or excuse me, SBFC, and then we are going to create that liquidity pool. We're going to create the starting price of the coin, and then we're going to distribute the SBFC for all of our investors in one deposit. So if you remember in SBC Gold, we split the deposits up over, it was originally intended to be 3 deposits, but it became a total of 5 deposits. In this case, we're not going to do it that way. We're just going to give you on the day that the price launches for SBFC, we're going to try and get that as close to $30 per coin as possible. But on that day, that's the day that you're going to receive your SBFC in your custodial wallet in the amount of your investment. And then we're going to go into the same process we did with SBC Gold, where we allow it to mature. We're going to put it out into the market, allow people to buy it in an external way, SBFC out in the wild kind of thing. So we're going to do all of those similar steps We're going to take those steps under advisement as we go forward, and we're going to rebuild SBFC into the success that SBC Gold is. So again, going back into those stats, we're looking at over 4,000 members who hold SBFC that aren't active, and about 3,000 of those members that have more than 2.0. Yes, we will make it available so that you can swap SBFC to SBC Gold and SBC Gold to, we will do all of those things. There will be limits, of course, but those possibilities will be made available to us eventually. One thing to note is our original design was for SBFC to be driven by the membership size. In our new design, it's going to be a market-driven coin. So when we launch it, we're going to launch it at $30 a coin, as close to that as possible, and then where it goes from there is all up to how we build that market and how we protect the price, very similar to how we've done it with SBC Gold. All right, so let me move on. So I pretty much beat SBFC out there and making sure that we're there. I want to address, I don't have the ability to show you the Telegram chat, but over the last 12 hours, a member came in and had an opinion, kind of a strong opinion. And a couple of our Privy Council member, Augustine, responded, and one of our top developers responded as well. And it's important to know that we've made a lot of progress. And if any of our members are coming into this community as a older member and they haven't been present for the last year, I've been admin for 1 year now. Just a couple of days ago was my 1 year anniversary as being admin of SBC. And I feel that we've accomplished quite a bit. We've had some trials, we've had some errors, we've had some successes and triumphs. But there are a lot of cases where things didn't work out particularly the way that we wanted it to. And one of that was the Shared Bounty Program. The Shared Bounty Program was designed to create rapid growth. It was designed to create more economy in our members' ability to donate and do whatever it was that our system and our process allows for. But unfortunately, it didn't pan out the way that we wanted. So basically, life threw us a lemon. And with the process here of SBFC, I'm going to turn that lemon into lemonade. And we're going to enjoy it. It's going to be very refreshing lemonade, I hope. But in this particular case, SBFC and the agent program, those two programs, first of all, the agent program was designed by my predecessor, but rather than abandon it, rather than throw it away and say, oh, this was a failure, we did try to make it useful. Instead of giving out SBFC or Joy G, the admin was giving out USDT bonuses for a short period of time. But the donations kind of tapered off. And when those donations tapered off, SBFC took a totally different turn with the Share Bounty Program in being a compensation point for those that didn't really get into the matrix in the right position. And matrix was designed to grow. It doesn't grow and it continues to shrink. There's just no way that we can guarantee that what happened last month is going to happen next month. If everything is growing, then we could have said, yes, what happened last month is going to be better this month because we're growing. That didn't happen, and we abandoned that program. But again, when life throws you lemons, you make lemonade, and that's what we're going to be doing here with SBFC. So SBC Gold has shown us a path to success, and I'm going to be able to do that with SBFC as well. But one of the things that I wanted to address about the Telegram chat and what had transpired, I believe that Wolf 007 did a very good job defending from a non. He's a member, but he's more of the development. He's more of the development side. He sees the pros and cons of everything that we do. He's just as much as an advisor to me as as Augustine or MBA or any of the advisory privy council. He's just as much an advisor. And in some cases, he educates me quite a bit more on the new expansion and technology that we're building here. One of the things that happened under a previous administration is I was basically given the task, and then I had to figure it out and then distribute that to the developer. Now I can go and I can give the task to the developer, and the developer just tells me how he's going to make it work, rather than me have to figure it out and do all the trials and errors. He does all that work for us, and by giving him the ability to creatively adapt to what we've done, and he's been a developer on our system for a long time, so he knows the ins and outs of how the SBC VIA works. He knows where we've been, he knows where we are, he knows where we're going. That's very important. But what I found in that Telegram chat was that there's a lot of ignorance in what we're currently doing. Where we are today, there's ignorance. Where we're going, there's ignorance. And unfortunately, a lot of members in the past that when they rejoin us or they come in, they want to grasp on to, well, this failed in the past, and so you're continually, failing uphill. That's not the case. That's not the case. It's never been the case. And anyone who makes those comments, you should know, use your own judgment. When a member comes in and displays ignorance of that nature, it's very important to kindly re-educate them. And I believe that Augustine was trying very well. Wolf also tried as well. And that member, in fact, did come around and understand. There's a lot going on. One of the things is that they mentioned is that we've changed course an awful lot. And that's not true. That's not true at all. As far as changing course, we might change our approach, but we're still heading for the same destination. We've never changed where we're going. We've changed how we get there. So keep those things in mind as we go on there. So a lot of our members that have rejoined us, they're quick to judge us on our past, but don't even take a look at what we're doing presently, and they don't even have any idea what's going on for the future. That being said, I don't think I have anything more. I showed you the new swap test that we're doing. Is there anything else? Let's see, TBCS, our founders meeting last week. Again, I apologize, there was no video for that. That was 52 minutes of very detailed information. So I hope that you can just put that on in the background and listen to it. But there's a lot of good information in the last founders meeting. But with that, I'm going to take a little break here, and I'm going to call on Augustine if he's here, and let him take the floor.
Okay. Thank you very much, admin. Before we call on Mr. Augustine, I also want to call on the community to read the comments that our programmer did in the Telegram group. The comment was so nice, admin, and I really feel like people need to go and read, because a lot of things were mentioned that as we read, we are going to have a better understanding. Okay.
I think that I'll also post that to the blog. I think it's definitely a blog-worthy response.
Right. Okay. So, Augustine, please put your hand up so that I can see you, because right now I have many pages in front of me. I'm not too sure I can easily see you right now. Okay, here we go. All right, unmute.
All right, thank you so much, and greetings everyone. Good evening. I hope I'm coming out clear.
Yes,
you're good.
All right, beautiful. First of all, admin, I want to say thank you so much for your steadfastness in the community. You've been doing a good job. You've been doing an excellent job. And
Kind of breaking.
the picture is very clear. Dress it accordingly. I want to thank you for just giving me to get to 10,000 as soon as possible. But I can't do it alone. And some time ago, I came together with some very intelligent sets of people from Nigeria. And I think we can build a system that will matter and take us to those numbers. But it also has to do with cooperation from the community. And I'm not going to say a lot. I believe that my brother is here. He's going to be the one to, within the next 2 to 3 minutes, summarize our plan. And I'm craving the indulgence of the community to please work with us. I think I've been in this community for some time, and I've seen almost all the faces of this community. So many people saw what came up, and so many of them gave up. But my following this community is because I'm divinely directed to follow this community. That's why I'm still here, and I'll be here till we get to our finish line. So I want to use this opportunity to ask my brother, with the permission of the administration, Brother Ugbede. I don't know if you are here. Please, if you are here, raise your, okay, thank you. So this, my brother Ugbede, he's been an inspiration to us in Nigeria. He's one of my very key leaders in Nigeria. And sometimes I draw inspiration from him, from his life stories and all that. So, sir, I would want to crave your indulgence. Permit him to outline what we have. And then with that, I would hope that the community will see light in it and then join us. Brother Gweda is also in our general Telegram group. You can always reach out to him. He will reach out to you, talk to you, and whatever you need to know. We are open, we are transparent. What we need to get to 10,000, and it's very, very simple. So let me take a bow momentarily and let Brother Ogbe come and take the stage or take over this stage. Thank you.
It's a wonderful privilege. Admin Scott, you are doing a great job. We are so impressed. I'm so elated by what you are doing, and more encouraged, of course, to stand with SBC to the very end. God bless us all, and thank you, my national coordinator, for this privilege as well. Yes, I requested for permission to be able to start a campaign, and it was granted. I thank you so much for that, admin. I appreciate all your effort at growing the community. The strategy I employed was for members to bring in anyone who is interested in joining us. And that includes even those who are not paid yet. So we created a Telegram platform for orientation. I made a video there to show them what we have to offer and what they stand to gain if they join us now. And of course, if they are unable to join us now, just if in case they are unable to join us now, that same platform is a waiting place, a waiting ground for them to see for themselves how we grow. Of course, we are going to be growing on that platform because we have another group, first group, where we called in existing members to join us in the campaign. So members, our campaign team members are responsible for bringing on board their prospects into the second group so that they can wait for orientation, get the proper information, and then make the decision either to join us now or wait for our number to grow to a certain point before they join. Within the last 48 hours, we have about 14 prospects already. And this is coming from just 2 members who are actively responding to our campaign call. Today, we had 2 other campaign team members requesting for the materials so that they can also reach out to their prospects. My thought or my imagination is if we're able to remove some uncertainty about the time we are launching, the time funding is coming. If we're able to remove some uncertainty about that time, we will have a lot of persons on board. Some persons are not very sure when we will reach 10,000, so they are afraid of bringing in their members. They don't want to face the disappointments of yesteryears. So they've decided, wow, okay, let me just keep watching till we are close to that time. No, they don't have to wait. It's possible we even have the number we are looking for right now. It's possible we have more than 10,000 persons, potential members, but we don't know them because fear has kept them behind. So this room we created today will accommodate them. We want they themselves to see how our prospects are growing in number every day so that they can know for sure that the number 10,000 is not far from achieving. So that is it. The network around here for me is very poor. It's so windy, so I'm not sure if you can all hear me, but I think I've stated out the major factors in what we intend to do here. And I thank you for the privilege of at least giving me the permission to start this. God bless you all.
All right, thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you want to say, Augustine, before I respond?
Well,
yes, please. Excuse me, sir. Just before your response, the only thing I would like us to be able to handle now is about the language barrier we are facing. It looks like it's very difficult to communicate the exact message I just did to the Hindis, the Indians, and the rest of them. So, for example, some of them, it looked like they brought in the aspect to those clarifications and how to handle that. It's a bit of the challenge we have now, but I know the wisdom is here to help us through still. Thank you.
All right. I want to appreciate you, Brother Gwede, for what you said. And admin, I think he has pretty much said everything. And it's just a new project we've started, and we'll have a good turnout. We hope that the community will put heads together. A number of people has been saying paying and paying and paying. If we can put heads together and then get this sorted out, I know for a certainty that before the end of this year, we can get to over 10,000. So I'm calling on everyone that is listening to me and those who will watch. If you can give us your attention, give us your energy, and get this community to the next, to 10,000, I am sure that within the next 9 months, we can launch our private funding system. That is the sincere truth from my heart. I know this is very possible. We are very close to our destination. Less than 4,000 people can take us there. So please, 4,500 or so within 6 months. I know that we can make a difference. I want to stop here. Thank you so much, admin. Bye for now.
All right, thank you. Thank you, both of you. So to address the time frame, it's important to remember that our sponsors require us to come in with 10,000 active members, 10,000 petitions. We need to remain 10,000 members strong during the process of building our team, or building our system. Let me just mute here. So there we go. So what's important to remember is that once we get to 10,000, we need to stay at 10,000 during the process of that 3 to 6 months when we're doing our legal structure. So the members who are coming to join us and want to get us to the 10,000, they need to have that long-term commitment to be with us for that process. Now, does that mean that when we hit 10,000 that we're gonna have to just kind of waffle and hang around at 10,000? No, I don't think so. I think that the day that we hit 10,000 is the day. Very few days after that, we'll hit 15,000. And very few days after that, we'll hit 20,000. Once the members that are sitting on the fence finally see that we have got to that goal, we've got to that threshold, they're going to start coming back in droves, because they're going to see that their opportunity for getting into this first wave of the SBC private fund, to be a pioneer in how that functions and how that's going to work, that's going to be something that you want to be in on. And we also want those members who are participating in that to have been with us long enough to know this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it. If you join us at the last minute, yeah, okay, fine, we'll let you in, but you need to understand that you're going to be at a disadvantage, because there's a lot of things that are going to be happening. There's a lot of education that's going to happen, and you're going to want to be a part of that community. As soon as we hit 10,000, the education is going to begin. And then in that 3 to 6 months, the entire membership of our 10,000 plus 15,000, 20,000, wherever we're at, is going to receive the proper education that's going to be directed by the founders, or excuse me, directed by the sponsors, and directed by the leadership, and directed by the technology that we're building. They're going to be able to invest in us during that 6-month period, in which a lot of things are going to change how our community works. It's going to all be for the better. It's going to be all the most amazing thing that you've ever seen, but that is not going to be in 6 months, or it's going to happen in one year or whatever. I can't tell you when we're going to hit 10,000. You have to tell me when we're going to hit 10,000. The membership, it's like Wolf had said, I can't go out and find the remaining 5,000 members that we need to make it to 10,000. I can't find those people. I rely on each and every one of you. You guys are the founders. It's your job to find. Founders means to find. So we need to find those members that want to participate in this. And I do understand that there are some that are sitting back on the fence, and they're watching and they're waiting, and they're going to jump in at an opportune time for them. But those members aren't helping us, and those members are not the members we want to focus our efforts on. We want to definitely focus our efforts on those who have stakes, those who have skin in the game, essentially. And what I mean by that is that we have SBFC members that hold a little bit of currency. That's something that we are working to build. And maybe we don't get those 4,000 or 5,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 members back that had SBFC right away. But once they see that SBFC is now on the swaps, that might make a big difference to them. That might make a big difference to them to bring them back in. I don't like having to sit and hope and wonder when we're going to make it to our 10,000. I had, I believe I mentioned this in my founders meeting that I recorded last week. I had a long conversation over 2 hours with one of the sponsors, and they told me that they were getting ready to launch here on September 18th for another community that had met the requirements. And that community is going to start the same process that the community back in April did. And then what happens is that once that entire process is completed, then their legal team goes on break. They just don't work. They just take off. So once the legal process has been completed for this other group, then the legal team just stands down and goes back to their normal lives and does their whatever they normally do. And being able to utilize that legal team when that legal team is active is the best part about it. So if, let's just say, for instance, we make it to 10,000 in the middle of, let's say the middle of January, okay? And they've already completed their legal process for this current team, and they completed that at the end of December. So we would literally let them, that legal team goes on break and they go away for a while. But then when our team is ready, then we've got to regather that team. So that team, it's not like they're not going to come back, or it's not like we're not going to have access to them, but they just went on break. They might have obligations that they're doing. They might be traveling. They might be working on another project. But all of those, that legal team needs to be reassembled. And 2 times out of the year, I was told, the legal team is always been reassembled. They have like their annual, biannual meeting. One of those is in February. So I'm hoping that we can get to our 10,000 before February so that we can take advantage of the legal team when they are right there and ready to go. So if you want a deadline, September 18th is the first deadline. So that's only 7 days away, a week from now. I don't think that that's going to happen, but the other deadline is the middle of February. So if we can get our 10,000 by the middle of February, that is when I can say that we're going to start. And I know that once we hit that 10,000 membership, we're going to start to see former members flock in. At the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023, we had over 73,000 active members. And I know that those members are out there. I know that those people out there believe in what we are trying to accomplish. They just don't know if we're going to get there, and they don't know how we're going to get there. So I can see where there's a lot of members that are, not willing to hold on for another 6 months. And it literally it could be another 6 months, but it's also another 3 to 6 months after that when we have to hang on and let that legal structure happen. If you're not familiar with what I mean by the legal structure, what that is that once we have our 10,000 petitions, the legal team will go to work. They will start drafting up documents that get sent out to all of the entities. And when I say entities, I don't want to say governments, and I don't want to say businesses or corporations or whatever. All of the relevant entities that need to acknowledge our emergence into this system. And they have a period of time where they can respond. And in that responding time, they can either choose not to respond, in which case we send them another letter saying, if you're not going to respond by this period of time, we accept that as you acknowledge our existence. And then we allow rebuttals, we allow all of those kind of things. And that process can be quickly. It could take 3 months, or it could take 6 months. It could take longer. It just depends on how things respond. That first group in April that we talked about back in April that started their process, they are complete with their process. They're now in an educational phase. So they completed with their process earlier, and now they're in an educational phase. But one of the things that our sponsors are looking at us for is the technology that we've built. We built a ledger-based wallet. We built distribution systems, and we built an effective communication system. Education is something that we are still lacking in some places, but if you go through our website and you look for, there's videos, there's tutorials, there's documents, there is plenty of education in places that it's required. And as was mentioned before, there is a language barrier. Yes, different cultures and different languages. It's not just a language barrier, it's also a culture barrier. So there can be there can be challenges when we're trying to effectively communicate globally. And that has always been the case, and we understand that. And that's why we have our advisory council. Our advisory council is made up of all of the different languages and all of the different cultures. And it's up to them to come together and work and try to be as cohesive as possible in order to get us to where we've got to go. 10,000 members is not a lot. If you, in my local town, if they want to decide to put up a bridge over a river, that the road suddenly ends, and there was supposed to be a bridge there 20 years ago, but they didn't have the funding to build it, we go out and we put out a petition. And that petition literally is, 100,000 signatures. There's 600,000 people that live in my town. 100,000 signatures. If we could get that, then they'll build the bridge. That's the commitment. That's 100,000. That's 10 times more than we're asking for. We're only asking for 10,000. We only require 10,000 because our voice is combined with others. So when we're looking at our sponsors' requirements, we also have to understand that the technology systems and the fund that they're building is not just for us. It is for other communities as well, other ideologies in how they want to get to the process of stability and financial support throughout their entire lives. So with that, I'm gonna stop talking. I think that we have Benoit wants to make a question or a comment, and then we'll wrap it up from there.
All right, hello, Benoit. Hello, Benoit.
Yeah, there.
Right.
He's working on it. All right, we'll give him 10 more seconds, and then after that we'll wrap it up. Okay. Did we go ahead and we'll let you respond real quick. We just want to wrap this up real soon here, so go ahead and respond.
Okay, it looks like we couldn't get Benoit. Okay, should we bring back?
All right, I just got unmuted. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
let's let him respond one more time, and then we'll wrap it up. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for your response. I so appreciate it. I quite appreciate it, and we are in line. We will do our best to build SBC to 10,000 as quickly as possible. It's just about bringing all active community members together on a platform and carry the same word, carry the same language out. We are doing a daily job, and I promise you by the grace of God that we will reach that time sooner than everyone here is thinking. Thank you very much, sir. God bless us all.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay, that is it.
All right.
So I think we have come to the end. I think so. We need to.
Yes.
What should we
Let's
take
wrap
home?
this one up. I think that the overall context of our last 20 minutes, reaching 10,000 is our goal. So let's keep reaching for 10,000.
Let's keep. And admin, we didn't get that.
I said, let's keep reaching for 10,000.
All right. So everyone, please unmute. Let's keep reaching for 10,000. Everyone.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
keep
keep
reaching for 10,000.
let's
Let's
keep
keep
reaching
reaching for 10,000.
10,000. Ok,
Reaching for 10,000.
accomplissons les 10 000 comme ça.
10,000.
Let's keep
Let's
reach
keep it
10,000.
10,000.
Merci beaucoup les gars.
We can do it.